see? What were you expecting to see in the desert? What were you expecting to hear? We'll get back to that. But I want to tell a story. So, Chris Moody and I were traveling back from Florida. If you ever get an opportunity to travel with Chris Moody, you should take it because it's always an adventure. Right?
You did not ask me about this.
Yeah. All right. You didn't know what I was saying.
I know.
Anyway, so it's early in the morning. We're leaving Seek Conference 2013, and we get to the Orlando airport, and we're not sure where we're supposed to go, so we just start walking through the desert of the Orlando airport until we soon discover that we're going the wrong way. So we turn around, and there, right in front of us, is Chick-fil-A and Krispy Kreme, right next to each other. It was like the angels sang, and the bright lights came on, and everything, right?
More for you.
We're talking about me. You just had celery. We're talking about me. Yeah, it was like I died and gone to heaven. I mean, I went to Seek, we had all that great spiritual thing, and then I walk in this airport, and there's Chick-fil-A and Krispy Kreme. So I would have spent my last dollar to get, I would have borrowed money from Chris Moody, not his. I was getting. So here I am, with a bag of Krispy Kremes in one hand, and a bag of Chick-fil-A in the other hand. And we find our way to the check-in. And as I remember, it was quite busy, right? We had to wait in a long, long line. I didn't care. Because I had Chick-fil-A and I had Krispy Kreme. So we waited and waited and waited. We finally checked in. And we flew home. And that's the end of that story. Pretty good story, isn't it? I get the impression that a bunch of you are not as excited about Krispy Kreme and Chick-fil-A as I am. No, you're lost. How many of you have been to Chick-fil-A? Did you wait in a long line? I'm going to stand here with so many answers. Did you wait in a long line?
Yes.
All right, I'm just going to wrap this up. So why did I tell that story? What does that story have to do with anything? What did you go out to the desert looking for? This season of Advent is our season of going out to the desert to look for things and stuff. To look for what's within us and to rid ourselves of those things. But also to go out to that desert experience and find new experiences of Christ in our lives. And if we go out looking for something in particular, if we go out with this notion of exactly what we want to find, if we go out thinking God is going to do exactly what we want God to do in this desert experience, then we may find ourselves a bit disappointed. For sometimes wandering through the desert of Advent means we discover something we had no idea was there. Something that will cause us to celebrate and to rejoice and to be filled with joy. It's difficult because our students here are going through final exams, and that is a time of high stress. And perhaps in your prayer, the most you're praying for is, Lord, just get me through this. But I would encourage you, even in the midst